happiness. Topher?
Yes.
What's going on? Mm-hmm.
Hi, Adam. I just wanted to ask, what do you think is the key to happiness? Is there a specific thing?
No, well, it will not be things that you accumulate, but it will be how you accumulate them.
I see. So because I've always wondered about, is it money? Is it finding a religion? Is it your passion?
Well, I'll tell you this. It's not the thing. If the thing is, look, if you're one of the Kardashians and, Kanye West buys you a Ferrari, it really just doesn't mean anything. It doesn't mean a fucking thing. Or if your dad is just, I'm sure Simon Cowell's kid at some point is going to turn 16. He's going to get a brand new Aston Martin, DB, whatever, V8 Vantage or whatever the hell he's going to get. And it's just not going to mean nearly as much as a guy who worked 3 summers in a row, mowed lawns, shoveled snow, whatever it is, saved up enough money to get a used Miata from from eBay. Like, it will not. It just that thing will not mean nearly as much to that guy as the guy who saved up, worked hard. And the joke is sort of on the guy who got the brand new Vanquish from Dad, because he's going to feel a little bit angry and a little bit dissatisfied with not that day, not that morning where he comes down the driveway and sees the big bow on top of it. Somewhere fairly shortly after that day, amazingly soon after that day, and I'm not talking about the following day, but I'm talking about within a month, there will be some feelings of dissatisfaction attached to Dad and the car, like whoever gave them the car and the thing itself. And at a certain point, you'll climb into the passenger side and sit in a half-eaten container of chili fries that he got through the drive-thru over at the Noggles. And I don't even know that exists anymore. The point is this. He will not have an appreciation for that car. I can guarantee you that the inside of that $240,000 car 6 months on will be much messier than the interior of the $4,000 car the guy spent 3 summers saving for. So, you want to talk about happiness? It's not really about happy. It's about satisfaction. It really is. It's really, don't think in terms of happy. Think, what makes me the most satisfied? And then, by the way, you'll be happy when you're satisfied. I mean, right. Brian, your book, how satisfying is that to you?
So far, it's extremely, because I put a shitload of fucking hours into it. And
how good does that feel? I mean, better than any trip to the amusement park or vacation or a vineyard or what have you.
When I initially sold it to the publisher, the first question they asked was, well, do you want a ghostwriter, someone to write it, a David Wilde type? And I was like, I don't think I would appreciate it anywhere near as much. Maybe it gets done faster, maybe it'd be better, but I don't know if I would appreciate it as much.
Right. Yeah, you can check both those boxes, but you wouldn't feel satisfied. But no, you feel satisfied. Yeah. And when that thing starts, the first box gets delivered to you.
Oh, my God.
Or
Bishop household.
When we go do ourselves a live podcast and people start showing up and wanting you to sign them, there's going to be a very strong sense of, it will not be joy, and it won't be happiness. It'll
Pride?
Just be satisfaction. Yeah. And that, to me, is all you kind of need. Chasing happy is really just chasing, that's what drugs are for. That's what amusement parks are for. That's what alcohol's for. That's what stuff that feels good.
So do those things?
Look, when you earn it, it's sort of like a meal. Going out to dinner every night doesn't feel that great. Going out for occasions feels much better. And then working all day and literally building up a hunger for that event that night, for that meal that night, burning the calories during the day. That's where it feels. Look, sucking off a drinking fountain at a high school, lukewarm, sort of warmish valley water is not a very satisfying experience. But when you've been out on the football field running wind sprints for the last hour and a half, it's the best thing ever. So what is it? Is it the water, or is it have you earned it, and what does it mean to you? That to me seems to be, we get way caught up in, I want to win the lottery, I want to better this, I want to bigger that, I want more this. And then it becomes this thing where you go, well, if I had this car or this house or this girlfriend or this what have you, I then would be happy. Then when you're not happy, you get confused and somewhat irritated because these things that you thought would make you happy aren't making you happy. At least I remember when I was poor and unhappy, I could always just go, well, that's because you're driving a piece of shit truck. You would be happy if you're in a new nice truck. But that isn't the way life
It's ultimately
works.
true, but it's because if you had a nice whatever, you'd ostensibly worked for it.
Right.
And
that's
bought it and paid for it,
why many of the, you look at it this way. I am doing this Paul Newman documentary. He's a very extraordinary guy. I am very satisfied when I work on that and very excited by it. And I think his son OD'd when his son was like 28. How come so many of these kids OD? What
are you talking about?
Yeah, because they're taken care of. They're put somewhere, and all of a sudden, all the sharp edges of life are rounded over, and they start getting.
And they're told they should be so happy.
Right.
And to be human is not to be happy all the time.
Right, and they're less happy because so much is taken care of. So much of life has been taken care of them, for them. All right, little love. Go to meeting, baby. Got to get your team in the same room. Got to talk about being happy. You go to meeting.